one of the things that I noticed when I was, looking at different wilderness schools, and when I was doing things, um, on Facebook, where I would look at, say, a Facebook group of people teaching or sharing about wilderness skills. They'd have a, kind of a closed group or an open group talking about skills and tracking. And I would notice they'd have, 800 people or 1,000 people or 3,000 people or 6,000 people. Like, some of them had some good numbers. And I was like, wow, that group has 8,000 people. That's awesome. And then I would go and I would look at some Facebook groups for a larger organization like the Sierra Club. And I'd be like, oh my God, they have 80,000 people. So, I look at REI, the clothing, outdoor clothing store, Recreational Equipment Incorporated. REI has 379,000 people on their Facebook page. And that's when I started looking and I went, holy cow. Look, if you look at it like this, the wilderness field and the outdoor field is massive. And then the wilderness field is really this like very, very, very thin sliver. It's like a growth ring around a tree. And we're like this little tiny, maybe it's a drought year. It's very, very thin comparatively to the overall outdoor field. And so a lot of the stuff and the work that we're doing is really powerful and profound stuff, but it doesn't really get the attention, and we don't really get to know about it. A lot of the stuff we just don't even know about, and the circles that we're running in are very small comparatively, as opposed to, say, Backpacker Magazine, which might have 250,000 people on their Facebook page. Does that make sense to you? I mean, I'm hoping. Obviously, I can't hear you, but what I'm hoping to help illustrate is to say that we're pretty small in terms of like earth skills, native awareness and stuff. Our movement is very small, even though we're growing and we're growing fast. It's not fast enough in a sense of being able to even have any significant market impact in this stuff. Now, this isn't to make you depressed. In fact, actually, far from it. But what I'm trying to get, what I'm driving at, is that it really helps if you know how the internet works. One of the ways that things show up either on Facebook for people to find out, or the way things show up on Google or on any search engine, is what's called, they have various means of calculating how many people are going to watch something, how many things is trending to be interesting, how many things. So Google wants to show you stuff that you want to see and what you're excited about and what your friends think are exciting and so forth. And this isn't really the time and place to get into, like, computer spying on it. I'm trying to leave everything political out of this in the sense of, good or bad. But what I am going to say is this is how it works. So for example, I'll give you an example of where you could help someone. So say, for example, an instructor someplace in Canada decides to write an article about balsam firs. They go, I love the fir tree, and they write an article and they post some pictures in there and they put it on their blog or on their website, and they share that on Facebook, or you see that on Facebook. So when you see that, you might go, oh, that's neat. Oh, there's a picture of a tree. Oh, I like trees. Now you might click on it and then read the blog post, and then that's it. You go, wow, that's neat. Oh, I learned that balsam fir resin can be used to, I don't know, do something, heal cuts and stuff. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. How fascinating. And then you can like leave and go, oh wow, thanks a lot, guys, for whatever, and that's it. However, if you turn around and you like that, you can then go, if you found it on Facebook, you can like it on Facebook. You can click the like button, and you can then, it helps the person who's posting it to say, hey, put a comment on there. Hey, I really liked what you said. This is awesome. Thanks for posting this. Even if that person didn't write the article, but they're just posting it, you can just re-encourage them. If you find more stuff like this, I really think it's awesome. Thanks for posting it. Now, if you go to the blog and you read the blog and there's a message or a comment board, it helps the blog to get more traffic if you leave a comment. Sometimes you can just click like if there's a Facebook box, but if there isn't, you may just have to leave a comment in there. And sometimes it's a pain because you have to sign in or something like that. I know it's a pain, But if you go into someone's blog and you leave a comment for them, that helps their blog immensely as far as where they rank and where their website ranks in Google or Bing or any of those things. And if I post a picture on Facebook and 40 people like it, it bumps it up to where people also on other people's lists are going to see that thing because it's got a lot of likes, and it's what they call trending or whatever. So a very simple way for you to help people is to leave a comment. Leave a comment on their blog, leave a comment on their website, and share. Like if you like that article, share it with your friends. Hey everybody, this person wrote this cool thing, and I just wanted to share it with you. You don't have to go crazy, but if you share that, that will spread around, and it gets the word around, and it helps their traffic for that person. And you don't really know whether that person's really struggling or whether they're doing great or whatever, but for the most part, it helps people to have traffic to their website. It helps them a lot. So with just really a minimal effort, we all can help each other. Now, there is a big myth about what I call the theory around competition. Now, so I might say to myself, like, oh, that person's teaching about balsam fir. Well, I have a workshop on balsam trees, and if I share that, then what if other people go to that person and then they take their class and then they don't take mine? Oh, I don't want to advertise. Oh, quick, I'll just move that away. That is crazy. That's, in my opinion, that's crazy, because in my view, most people who are teaching or coming to learn from you, from your school, they're coming for you. They're coming to your class because they resonate with you. It's sort of like somebody going to Domino's Pizza versus Pizza Hut versus the local place. Like, people know where they want to go and where they resonate and where they like something. And it's not like having extra restaurants is bad. And in fact, it's good in a lot of ways. It's better, if there's more restaurants in an area, it usually creates more competition, and more excitement and more better quality food and within those areas and in a city or whatever. And so there's really this kind of myth about that. And when you're struggling and when you're kind of fearful because you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my rent this year, you can go into that fear mode and get scared and be like, I don't know if I should put this out. But honestly, I'm telling you, the best thing you can do is be supportive of your local naturalists and your local schools. Even if they're your direct competition, it actually is really important to support them and to say good things about them and to just encourage them and to try. I mean, it's hard. This is hard work. It's hard work running a wilderness school. This is cutting edge pioneering work. It is not well established. And we're not running a grocery store with big profit margins or whatever. We're not running a business or, in the same way that most people run business. The margins are very small, and heck, 10 extra campers for me is a huge difference for my community as far as what I can pay my staff and what things we can fix, lawnmowers or whatever else. Like, all those things run into there. And so it's a huge help if you recommend someone to our place. And if you help people find us, it's a huge help. And if I know that they found them through you, I'm gonna be your friend for life, because I know that we're in this together. But we can help each other by recommending. So the next piece I want to add is reviews. Go to somebody's website and write a review if you can. Sometimes you can find that on Yelp, where you can look on Yelp or on Google. I don't know. I'm not sure where you can. Usually businesses have different listings. So please don't do it for Hawks. I'm not telling you to go to my site and do it for me. I'm just saying, in general, if you give someone a good review, like, you can go to their Facebook page, and there's usually on the Facebook page, there's a little list on the right side that just says reviews. Write a review, and you can put some stars and you can write something. Now, if you've never been to the school and you don't know anything about them, don't write a review. Don't put stars down, because you don't even know if they're good or not. But if you've been there and you know something about it, if you took a class or you met the instructor at a gathering or something like that, and you like the person, putting a review on there and recommending them, if you can recommend them, is really super helpful to people that are considering coming. So for example, if you're a parent and you have kids and the kids went through a program and you really got something from it and the kids had a good time and they still talk about the camp or whatever, and you go back, even if it's 10 years later, if you go back and you write a review and you go, hey, I just want to let everybody know this was really good, and you know, new parents, if you can't go wrong, go into this program. That is huge. That's a they say testimonials, like testimonials where you have your Facebook account or whatever there. Um, that's really awesome. And heck, somebody might even like click on you and say, hey, can I send you a message? Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Or I really appreciate that comment or whatever. It's they might even you know, it's the kind of thing that sets people's mind at ease because they know that this is a real place with real people who are really dedicated about what they do. And if you can then um, have some good interaction with those folks around that, through writing reviews or commenting or whatever, I just can't tell you how valuable that is, and how important. I mean, like, it makes me get excited when somebody puts a nice positive review on my Hawk Circle page, because I'm like, wow, you guys, somebody actually cares enough to even visit the page, and then on top of that, they were there and they said, you know what, this is really important. So, and it's not so much just for me. I mean, it's nice feedback for me if I'm the you know, the director or something, but it's especially nice for the people you're helping, because you know, somebody at one time was a camper or a student just like you were if you went to a workshop or a program, and it helps them to say, you know, like, when I went to Tom Brown's, I never had anything like that. I never had a way to check a review on whether the scout class was good, you know, or whatever. So it would have been nice if somebody had said, hey, if you want to survive at 2 a.m. on a scout raid, bring a bunch of M&Ms and some jerky so you can carry that with you, because Tom Brown's not handing that out, and it really does help when you're staring at the dog pits at the dump, and you have something to eat before you do a 10-mile trek or something. Like, little hints like that are helpful, or just little things like, you know, it's like when you go to a restaurant, right, and somebody goes, hey, try the linguine, it's so good, man, you can't go wrong. And then you're kind of excited now because you're like, we're driving to the place and you're on Yelp and you're like, okay, honey, here it is, and you get in there and then you go, you know what, this stuff is awesome, this is exactly what that person said. And that's why, like, some place like Yelp or any of these type of reviews are really, really valuable. So and I'm just, please, for any of you, I know there's a lot of instructors and program directors and stuff that will hopefully watch this. What I'm trying to say to you all is, be nice to each other. Not that you're not, but help each other out. Help the new people starting out. This field is so open and ready to explode and go someplace really amazing. And we're only going to get there if we encourage each other. You know, there's a million new field guides that are ready to go, that'll be awesome. You know, there's opportunities all over the place. Like, there's no way that this field is saturated at all, and not even close. And we need thousands of instructors to be showing up and working and doing stuff. And so we need all of your schools to be successful. We need it as a human race. It's not really about like, oh, I want to save my campers and I don't want to, like, screw that. Like, you know, look, there's millions and millions of people that need to get connected. We need everybody to be connected. And this is the first step to us creating a real collaborative adventure where we really are brothers and sisters working together, aunts and uncles, or whatever you want to call it, trying to help each other to succeed as a family. And so, so that's what I want to say. I hope some of that helps. I hope some of you can take that to heart. Please, I just want to say one more thing, which is to stress again, I'm not asking for you to lie to anybody about anything. I'm not asking you to share if you don't really want to share. I'm like, you know, just make sure you're as honest and in an integrity and in a really good place inside yourself, so you know you're solid on that. and just say, if you do any of this, please let me know how it works out. And if any of you watching this are the recipient of any of these things, let us know if this makes a difference for you, because I hope it will, and I think it will. Um, and just share stuff that you love, and this is key. So anyway, for what it's worth, that's my 2 cents for the day. So good luck, everybody, and thank you everyone for watching this and being part of this. And get outside when you can.